everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J, and today I'm doing a video overviewing the new Goss Edit Brush Collection, and I'm so excited. You all know I'm a huge fan of Goss. I've used his tools on my channel for years now, and last year I got the opportunity to meet him and work on several of his projects with him. So because I have loved his brushes for years and used them for years, it is definitely a 180 moment for Beautylish and Goss to send me a set of the brushes to use in this video for you all today. So thank you all so much for doing that. Of course, my set is dirty because I've already done my video, but let me give you all a few details about it and then we'll hop into the demo. This is sold as a set of 7. This brush set retails for $225. These brushes are modeled after calligraphy brushes, which many of you all may remember last year he came out with the artist set, and those were modeled after calligraphy brushes as well, but these are different because these have different bristles and different handles, which I love. I love the entire calligraphy aspect of the brushes because it brings me, a person from Tennessee who's never been to Japan, into their culture, which I think is so cool because everything that they do is done with such pride, and I truly admire that. It is made in Japan by brush artisans who are masters at their craft. So these brushes are modeled after calligraphy brushes, and they do not have a traditional ferrule. The handles are made out of wood, but they're not heavy. They're very lightweight in the hand, so they really flow when you're applying your makeup using these tools. The bristles of these brushes are made out of Psychoho goat hair, which is a really nice, soft, fluffy bristle. Wayne describes them as whisper soft. Can you hear that? Nope, because it's a whisper. So I'm really excited to dive into these brushes with you all, and I'm going to incorporate some of Wayne's products within this look. I will have all of the details listed down below, as well as a link to these brushes which launched today. So thank you again to Beautylish and Goss for sending these over. Let me know what you all think about them, and I hope that you all enjoy this video. So let's first pick up brush number 2, and you can use this brush for both powder and cream products. So I'm going to use it for a cream foundation today, and I'm just going to dip straight into this product with this brush. I love brush shapes like this because I feel like it gives you the best application of products. It's fluffy enough to blend it out, but yet it's dense enough to give you enough coverage of whatever product you're applying. It just is buffing everything out in such a beautiful manner. This is one of my favorite brush shapes for foundation just because I feel like it gives you a really nice airbrushed look. I'm just taking a little bit of the KVD Good Apple foundation, and this foundation is notoriously full coverage, so you do need to use a light hand with it, but also you want to use the correct brush to be able to get that really beautiful application and not look too heavy on the skin. And this brush is doing a great job at buffing it out, and it feels really nice. Oh my gosh, it's just gliding on my skin like silk. So like I said, you can use this for your powder and your cream products. So if you wanted to, you could use this for powder bronzer, or you could use it for cream bronzer. It's whatever tickles your fancy, honestly. It's your world, baby girls. I'm going to take a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer here and show you all what that looks like. I'm just going to go straight in with this same brush. I'm not even going to wipe it off. And just to show you how brushes can be versatile in your makeup application, you do not have to dirty up a ton of brushes just to do your makeup. And look at that. It blended it out in like 5 seconds. Do you see that? Next, I could absolutely take the 05 brush and apply my concealer using this brush because it will pack that concealer on, but yet it has that really nice tip to it to where it can diffuse that product as well. But I'm going to save it. I actually want to use this brush for my eyeshadow, so I'm going to go ahead and apply my concealer and set it, and then I'll be right back. So I'm back and I have my concealer on and set, but I also am going to take a little bit more powder. I'm going to take a blurring powder from Pat McGrath and the 03 brush, and I'm going to show you how you can take this brush and really get a precise application right underneath your eye. Do you all see that? How it just really fits perfectly in this area, and because it's so soft and it's so fluid, it just gracefully dances across your under eye and it's not tugging my under eye, which is really important because this area is super delicate, so you don't want anything that is going to be too abrasive, and this brush is perfect for that. And I love that this brush has a nice tip to it, so you can also use this brush for your highlighter. You can also use this to contour your nose nose if you use just the tip of it. But this is a really nice detailed brush that you can do a lot of different things with. You can also go around the narrow areas on your face. Like this area in between my hair and my brow is so narrow that a regular brush is not going to fit there. So a brush like this will be really good to fit right in that area if I need to set there and my regular brush just isn't cutting it. So before I apply my highlighter with the 03 brush, let me bring it back to the 01 brush. And this one is a super versatile brush that you can use for any powder products on your entire face. So that means if you need to set your entire face with this brush, you can. If you need to use it for your bronzer, your blush, your highlighter, you can do whatever you need to do with this brush because this is a super versatile brush. And I've said it to you all so many times that I love a teardropped brush, especially one that's bigger that I can use all over the face. So if I didn't have any other face powder brush, I could pretty much succeed in doing my makeup application with just this one alone. So I'm going to take my all over face powder and use this brush to set. So I'm just using a really nice tapping motion here. And like I said, you can use this brush for all over face powder, or you can flip it, you know, and get real detailed and precise with where you want that product to be. But this is my favorite type brush shape, just because I can do whatever I need to do. And I'm a big fan of that. So I'm going to go in with Wayne Goss's Deep Copper Face Palette, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here. And let me show you. Do you all see how this brush is just applying this product right here? It's not splaying out to apply the products all across the cheek. It is literally acting as an enlarged finger and applying the products in such a guided manner. So it's really easy to get a beautiful and seamless application without having to do too much cleanup because you've used too big of a brush and now your face is overwhelmed with bronzer products. I'm going to dip into Wayne Goss's Bright Poppy. And again, I'm just flipping this brush over and I'm picking up the blush. And now I'm going to use this brush to apply my blush as well. So you've seen me use this brush for my all over face powder, my bronzer, and now my blush. I can absolutely use this brush to apply my highlighter if I wanted to. And I would just take the very tip of this brush, flip it over, and go to town with my highlighter, and it'll blend it out just fine. Or I could go back in with the 03 brush just to be a little bit more precise with it and apply my highlighter that way. So now I'm going to reach into the more detailed brushes. So let's go in with the 04 brush first, which I'm going to use that to apply my eyeshadow. You can just see how it flows through the shape of my eye and there's no tugging. I love that so much. But I can also use this brush for highlighter too. And I know y'all are like, how many brushes do you need for highlighter? It really depends on the formula. Sometimes with certain highlighters and highlighter colors, you may not want that all over your cheeks. So you may want to get a super precise brush like this and just apply it right here. So let's open up the Imperial Topaz palette by Wayne Goss. And I'm just going to dip the 04 brush right in there. And very lightly, I'm going to go back and forth and guide this color through my crease. And I really don't have to do too much work because this brush is blending out this product. It's whisper soft, honestly. If I wanted to go in with a little bit more, I could press a little bit harder. But I love the effortless blend that it's giving me. And I love that I don't have to do too much work. It's already done. The 05 brush can also work in the same manner as the 04 brush with me applying it in the crease. But Wayne described this brush as a must-have for those of you all who have hooded lids because he says that this fits right in that crease area and it gives you the perfect eyeshadow application. You can also use this brush for a spot concealer if you want to on the face, and that's important. You have to make sure that you blend it out so it looks effortless, so it's very discreet that you put products there to conceal something that may not be in other areas on your face. But you can also use this for cream eyeshadow too. But today I'm going to use this brush for my lid shade. Boom. Let's dip in here and I'm just going to let it flow. Look at that. That fits on my eyelid perfectly. That's it. I don't have to blend anymore. It's done. I'm going to pick up the 06 brush, which is an even smaller brush that has a really nice point to it, but it's not as long as the other one. So this is going to give you a more concentrated amount of color. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of that black because I'm not scared of it. And I'm going to take that right in the outer crease. So I'm going to focus that on the outer portion of the lid and blend that out. And boy, oh boy, is that blending that out. That was one dip, y'all. That black eyeshadow is the truth. Because it's so pointed, you all see that I'm not getting it all over the lid. I'm literally able to use this eyeshadow as eyeliner because this brush is letting me apply it in such an easy way. That looks good. I'm picking up the 07 brush and this shade right here just to get a really beautiful pop on the inner corner. Y'all know I love me an inner corner pop, and I have since 2003. Nobody can stop me. I love an inner corner pop. And I'm going to take this same brush and bring it around. That is letting me pick up that product and put it right where I want it to go, which is important because I've said to you all many times that I have sensitive eyes. And so I can't have eyeshadow going everywhere, but this eyeshadow brush is letting me get right to the point. And then I want this brown, same brush, and let's take that all the way across to the top. I need to balance it out, so I have to take some of this black. So I don't want to take the black all over the brown, so very carefully I'm going to take the black closer to the lash line. Here's the final look. So let's go ahead and get into my final thoughts about the new Goss Edit Collection. Goss knows his way around a brush. This set is absolutely stunning. I love the way that it looks. I love the way that they applied my makeup. I love that they are so versatile and I can use each brush for so many different things. I feel like I said the word versatile in my tutorial no less than 200 times, and that's because that is truly the word that most accurately describes this brush set. I can do my entire face with this brush set, no problems, and the way that it blends out products is just so unique and beautiful, and I love how flawless my makeup looks. And I'm always looking for new tools to cut down on blending time or to make things more simplified for myself, and I think that these brushes are going to give me another level of application that I've been looking for. And I think Goss makes some of the best brushes on the market, and this just speaks to that. So I am highly impressed. I'm not even shocked that I'm impressed because I've always been a fan of his brushes, and so this is just taking it to the next level, and I love the curation of this set. So with that being said, I do want to compare it in case you all are still on the fence on whether or not you want to get this brush set. I recommend that you do if you're able to, because I think that it is an amazing brush set that's going to give you a little bit of luxury in your life while you're applying your makeup. Let me go through a few of the comparisons that I have, starting with the 01 brush. I pulled out the Artisan large brush that he launched last year, and I think these two shapes are very similar. I do think that the Artisan brush is a little bit fluffier. The Artisan large brush is made out of a blend of Psychoho goat hair as well as gray squirrel hair. So it's a little bit softer and delicate in comparison to the 01 brush, which is soft. Don't get me wrong, but this brush is even softer and to me is not as densely packed as the 01 brush. So this brush is going to apply your product in a more gentle manner. And the 01 brush to me functions more as a workhorse brush. So it's a little bit more densely packed and I'm able to apply a little bit more product on at a time. I wanted to show you all the difference between the 01 brush and the 03 brush and how they have similar shapes, but they're very different. The 03 brush is much smaller, so it's going to function as a completely different tool. The 01 brush you can use all over your face. I personally wouldn't take the 03 brush and set my powder all over my face. I would just use it in areas where I need to be a little bit more detailed, like I described during the demonstration portion. And I also wanted to show you all 4 of these brushes next to each other so you can really see the difference in sizes of the 01, the 03, the 04, and the 05. Some of them can do similar things, but the smaller that we get, the more detailed and precise that we're going to get. So next, let's talk about the 02 brush, and I pulled the number 13 brush from Goss. They're compact brushes that are very densely packed, and they have that rounded tip at the edge, so it's going to allow you to really buff in products or diffuse products. Both of these brushes are extremely similar. The 02 brush is just a smidge, and I mean just a smidgen smaller. Next, let's move on to the 03 brush, which this one reminds me of the Artisan medium brush, again, that came out with the Artisan set last summer. The difference is the hair type though. This brush is made out of Psychoho goat hair, and the Artisan medium brush is made out of gray squirrel hair. It's not a blend. So this brush is much softer than the Psychoho goat hair. That is not a downfall. It's just two different types of bristles, so they're going to give you two different applications. Again, the Artisan brushes are very, very soft in the way that they apply products, and the Edit brushes allow you to pick up a little bit more and apply a little bit more. And we have the brush 04 from the Edit collection compared to the Artisan small brush. Same notes as the last brush. So it just depends on how you want to do your makeup, but both of these brushes have the same vibe. But the 04 brush is a little bit more tapered and it's a little bit longer. 05. I love how it just applied that color, and I was able to flip it and blend it. It's a really unique brush that's a bit thicker, but it still feels really soft, and you can blend out the product in your crease and it doesn't splay out too much, so it's going to give you a really nice concentrated amount of color. But because of the structure of the brush and the bristles that are used on the brush, it really blends it out at the same time. So I love this brush so much. Brush 06. I love how detailed this brush is. And again, I do not have a brush like this in my collection. I pulled out a few of Wayne Goss's other brushes, his blending brushes, just so you all can see the difference and how the other brushes are a little bit rounder at the tip and this brush is more pointed. So you're going to be able to use it almost like your fingers. So you're guiding that color there. And lastly, we have the 07 brush, which this brush again is a very unique brush to my collection. This one is somewhat like a pencil brush, but it's a little bit longer. So you can use this to smoke out your eye if you want to, on the top or on the bottom. And I love the precision that it gives. I pulled out my pencil brush that I already have from Wayne Goss. This one is the 27S brush. He has a few different pencil brushes in his line. And the 07 brush is different than that because it's even more precise. It's a pencil brush, but then it tapers off at the tip to give you that really laser sharp point, but it's not going to scratch your eye, so don't be scared of it. Honestly, there are no misses here. This is an excellent brush set. If you don't have any brush sets by Wayne Goss, I think that this will be a great one to start with. Wayne Goss is the first brand of luxury brushes that I bought into, and I have enjoyed them ever since that day. I think back in like 2014 or something like that. I realized early on the value of investing in good tools, and Wayne Goss's tools have been a staple in my collection ever since. The quality speaks for itself. I've had some of these brushes since back in the day and they still look new, and I have worn these things to the ground, but they don't look like it. They don't look like what they have been through. And I'm telling you right now, these new brushes are definitely going to be in heavy rotation in my makeup routine. So let me know what you all think down in the comment section, and I will check you all in my very next video, which will be super, super soon. Smooches. Bye.